Hello friends, welcome to Department of Plant Pathology, KDSP Agriculture College Nasik. In previous lecture, we have studied root rot of cotton, its causal organism, symptomatology and its management. Now today, we will see the next disease of cotton, that is grey mildew or irrelate mildew or dahiya disease of cotton. Grey mildew of cotton caused due to Ramuraria areola, and its sexual stage is known as Microsphaerella areola. This disease is common in many parts of India and is severe in low-lying areas with high humidity. Here you can see the symptoms of this grey mildew. The disease usually appears on undersurface of the lower leaves when the crop is near maturity stage. Irregular to angular pale translucent lesions were developed, which measures 1 to 10 mm, and they were developed on lower surface of leaves. Usually these lesions were bounded by veinlets. On the upper surface, the lesions appear as a light green or yellow-green specks. Similarly, whitish grey or frosty powdery growth were also seen on upper surface of leaf, consisting of conidiophores of the fungus, appears on lower surface of leaves. When several spots coalesce, the entire leaf surface is covered by white to grey powdery growth. The infection spread to upper leaves and entire plant may be affected. The affected leaves dry up from margin, turn yellowish brown and fall off prematurely. These are major symptoms of this grey mildew. This fungal pathogen produces endophytic septate mycelium. Conidiophores are short, hyaline and branched at the base. Conidia are borne singly or in chains at the tip of the conidiophores. The conidia are hyaline, irregular, oblong with pointed ends, sometimes rounded to flattened ends, unicellular or 1 to 3 septate. The perfect stage of the fungus produces perithecia containing many asci. The ascospores are hyaline and usually two-celled. So these are the microscopic structures of this pathogen. You can see in images there is the growth of this grey mildew pathogen inside the petri plate, and in the right side you can see the microscopic structure of this pathogen. Wet humid conditions during winter season, intermittent rains during northeast monsoon season, and low temperature, that is 20 to 30 degrees Celsius during October-January. These are some favorable conditions responsible for development of this disease. This fungus survives during the summer in the field in infected crop debris or infected plant residues. The perennial cotton plants and self-sown cotton plants are also harbor this pathogen during summer months. And if you see the disease cycle, you can find that the primary infection of this irrelate mildew is through conidia from infected plant debris, and secondary infection through wind-borne or rain-borne splashes or irrigation water or infected tools and implements. So this is all about disease cycle of this grey mildew. For management of this grey mildew, we have to remove and burn all the infected plant debris which were present inside the soil. Similarly, after the infection, the infected plants completely root out, and similarly the self-sown crops of cotton were also root out during summer months. This harbors the survival condition of this disease. Avoid excessive application of nitrogenous fertilizer. These are responsible for to make plants susceptible to attack of this disease. Then adapt proper spacing. Proper spacing should be while planting. Then spraying of fungicides like carbendazim or wettable sulfur or Bordeaux mixture at the rate of 1% is effective as a eradicative method. Now we will see the another most important disease of cotton, that is Alternaria leaf spot. This Alternaria leaf spot causes due to the fungal pathogen, that is Alternaria macrospora. This disease is also common disease found in major cotton growing regions of India, and you can see the symptoms of this disease in this image. Small brown round spots surrounded by a purple margin appear on leaves. On older leaves, the necrotic centers of the spots may be marked by pattern of concentric zonation. So this is particular identification, marks of identification of this alternaria leaf spot. That means there is concentric rings were formed inside the spots, and all spots may come together and form big patches and showing blighted appearance. This disease may occur in all stages of crop growth, but mostly it is severe in 45 to 60 days after sowing. Sometimes stem lesions were also infected due to this alternaria leaf spot. In severe cases, the leaf stalks and balls become infected with spherical or elliptical purple spots, as you can see in this image. On the left side there is the ball, and on that ball there is a leaf spot. Under humid weather conditions, spot appear as a sooty black leading to premature defoliation of leaves, and you know that if there is a premature defoliation of leaves will occur, the plant showing stunted growth. That means only balls were hanging on the crop, you can see in this image. This fungus produces dark brown to black colored spores, especially 1 to 8 septate, and the major character of this spore is, that means transverse and longitudinal septa were found if you see in the microscope as in this image. This pathogen survives in the infected plant debris as a dormant mycelium, and this dormant mycelium serves as a primary source of infection, and secondary source of infection is always by airborne conidia. Now we will see the management of this alternaria blight. For managing this alternaria blight, we have to apply integrated disease management practices as we have seen in earlier diseases of cotton. In that, first is remove and destroy all infected plant debris, deep summer plowing, avoid seed from infected crops. Similarly, after emergence of this disease, we can also control it by spraying with mancozeb or copper oxychloride 0.3% at regular interval. Then 4 to 5 sprays should be done at 15 days of interval is found effective for controlling this alternaria leaf spot. Thanks for watching this video. In next lecture we will see the anthracnose disease of cotton.